Welcome back to another Dayz video. I'm going to be showing you my custom server here today and sort of how things work. So as you can see, my guy's just waking up. There's a blue stamina bar in the bottom, that's your sleep. And you can sleep with the lie down emote. So here's my base here. We're just looking at a sci-fi generator, which works like a regular generator, but it looks cooler, and you can set up. You can plug in anything to it. I got this portable light set up. I'm just changing it to nighttime. I want to make sure nobody's online. As you can see, that looks pretty cool. You can do like a pretty kick-ass like sci-fi base. So the server is PVE. And there's no killing or no raiding, it's just kind of a base building co-op server with zombie hordes. Plenty of base building stuff as well as storage, new items. We're going to go over a bunch of that today. A lot of new vehicles. These are vanilla vehicles. You can see I got some new racing wheels on there. And like this is my bat cave basically. You see this is my my dummy here, my mannequin where I could store some of my gear. And here, this is going to be my rifle room. As you can see, I got a few of my collectible rifles set up. And you could decorate and build any kind of base you want with all the new base building and storage mods. Here's another rifle collection I'm starting. Right now I'm mostly selling everything I find so I can buy things that I need. I'm trying to fill up the bank account too. You can find all kinds of neat storage, like this thing here is for my produce that I finish cropping out on. I'll store it all in there. If I can't make it down to the trader. I'm just gonna work my drying rack. So even though I'm an admin, I like to play on the server just like a player would, right from the beginning. After a wipe happens, I'll just play as a normal spawn as long as I can. The only things I spawn in are, you know, things I'm testing for other people and making sure base storage works sometimes if someone lets me know it's not working. But anyways, so during my live streams, you can basically watch and learn how to get set up without any funny business. Like, so I'm not just spawning in all this stuff and then when you come on my server you won't find anything. Instead, anything that I do have, you'll find it spawning on the map, or you could go buy it at the trader yourself. And I got a little bit of a screen flicker here. I'll explain what that is when we get that part set up. It's a mod. It's the bloom effect is giving me a bit of a flicker there. But you could build a really kick-ass farm. Look at, we got custom greenhouses. You can do crops. There's all kinds of new crops, things like wheat, strawberries, apple trees, and you name it. There's got to be about 25 crops that you can grow now, including tobacco and cannabis. Different strains of cannabis, ones you can actually smoke, not just the ones you eat, not just hemp. And I'm just going to quickly show you guys, this is another piece of my base here. Around the map you can find these targets and some of them are knocked down. That one's a static archery target. That one up there is a knockdown rotating one. And now we're at the trader. Just going to show you real quick. Just going to sell my tomatoes here, see how much I make. I made about $12,000, which ain't too bad for an overnight crop. And I'm going to buy some coffee and booze because there's stamina bars at the bottom left. There's yellow and blue. Yellow is calories, blue is sleep, and then white is like your oxygen, so you want to watch those. And if they've drained too low, you're gonna become immobile and you'll be a snack for the zombies out there. So we got ATM, we got traders for everything, tools, guns, ammo. Now, every single item on the map isn't in the trader because, well, we got thousands of items, but also to make people get out and loot. Some items are restricted off the trader, some are only buy only, some are sell only, and you just gotta kind of make it work. It's mostly here just to help you build the loadout and buy a few things, get your base started. There's a lot of things you're gonna have to loot for on the map though. So we got a weapon trader here, Master Chief, and all of the traders that can be found on the map or bought here. This guy's a bit of a Luke Skywalker type character for our vehicle trader. You can buy a Halo Warthog, these Rust Forma vehicles, there's tow trucks, like you can actually pick up trucks with that flatbed. We got a helicopter, motorbike choppers, gunner trucks, and you can actually have someone shoot while you're driving. Like it won't kill them, we got mods for that. No vehicle damage and no player damage in cars. Here's the clothing trader. You'll find most clothing gear here, but not all of it, of course. And if you want to join the server, I'm going to put links in the Discord. I mean in the description. You can join the Discord, or you can just search in the launcher and come and go anytime you want. I'm just going to show you here. You can open up your map with M. This is the spawn location. And what happens is you start off in like a medieval. It's called Historic Park, and it's medieval and frontier items. What that means is, like, you know, knight stuff, Viking, and cowboy. And if you open up your menu here, here's the server panel. It's got some hint, tips, and some rules, which are no killing, no base rating. That's basically it. And then we got the server panel. You can check out your player and some stats. Tell you how long. Look at survive time, 41 hours, and that's all about to end here soon. So if you put something in your hand, look, it'll tell you what you got and show you there. A lot of cool little gimmicks. What you're going to want to do if you play on this server, if you can, turn this up to medium. This is the only requirement. If this is on low, you'll miss out on some screen effects, like drugs, booze, marijuana, tobacco, mushrooms. And then they give you different effects when you get hit and knocked out, and for sleeping, like you can actually sleep with this mod activated, or with post-process activated. If it's not activated, then you don't get a sleep filter or any of the other filters. And you could go back and pause and copy my settings if you want. I got my settings on for performance, but as you can see, the graphics still look half decent. And so what I would recommend doing is getting some high ground, and then you can spot your next area where you're going to go. And so you can actually walk to the top of this, but I'm messing around with my community tools here. So you hit H button to open up stats, J button for some more skill stats, and then K button will turn off these map markers. As soon as you log in, you're going to see all these markers. You can create your own with T, delete them with Y, press P to open up the player menu, and if you press M, it opens up the map here, but you can edit all that and get your own keybinds. It's all pretty simple, and 41 hours down the drain. Ooh. Fool! Fool! You sorry sack of trash. Well, anyway, at least I can show you what you start with. So you kind of get this wild man tribal type gear. Not even tribal, it's just like straight bushman. Almost Neanderthal. Hey, look at this. If I could tell myself something, my former self, I would say the only thing they like more than watching a hero rise is watching one fall, you fool. H button, see there you can see my kills have been wiped, but I still got points. I lost some points, but damn, yeah, that's, ooh man, I was pissed. But anyway, here I ended up walking up this time because I didn't want to use that teleport. That's the problem with using the community online tools. Sometimes you glitch out. And I'm trying to play as a normal player. But in between playing, I'm doing these things, so just to kind of play the server, try to get some more people on the map. The population is like slowly starting to grow. But once you get to high ground here, you can start spotting out these castles and they'll lead you to more areas, more buildings. You'll find different items set up. I wouldn't worry about looking around right at spawn, like people do that all the time, but more than likely it'll be cleared out. Just quickly find something and move on to the next castle building. Here's the first trader that you'd see from spawn. This is the Walking Dead type prison, and this is a spawn too that we make when we're doing community events. We'll put a spawn here and like I'll hang out and wait for new people to show up and tell them about the server and hand them some items if they want. But it's got two traders, a food trader and I believe a tool trader. So what I'm gonna do is actually set up a community farm here where people can work, grow crops, and crops take like hours to grow, like in real time, 12 hours, could be more, could be less. So it's something you can grow and leave overnight, and they survive for a long time on the plant, so they're not going to rot on you. Food rot is off as well, it's just meant to be a relaxed server. So if you want to grow a lot of crops, you can save up and bring it all to the trader at once without worrying about it rotting on you overnight. We're going to be checking out some of these like custom areas on the map, and all of it you can visit on your own anytime. You don't need an admin, or you won't have to pay for rides or anything like that. So there's other people who are playing, you hit enter and you can chat with them, and most people are pretty cool, and they'll probably come and pick you up if they have a car and if you ask. But if you also like to grind from the start, there's no problem with that. But the server is meant to be co-op. There's certain things that'll take you out in a hurry, so no shame if you need some help. It's kind of built that way. Got some extreme hordes and some really tough mutants. It's kind of like Resident Evil open world. Resident Evil 2 anyways. So here's the next place. We're just going to Helm's Deep, and there's a weapon and a gun trader here. And what this is like a zombie horde playground. So you can buy guns, and this is where if you're competing on the leaderboard, we do weekly prizes, which are like some vehicles and rare items we'll hand out to the winner. Most kills and most points, separate winners. Here's those effects I was talking about. Look, you can mess with depth of field, which means it's going to blur things out that you're not focused on. This one's the only one that's a bit glitchy. It's the bloom, but it does look good with the sky and everything. So you can see, look, it makes it go blurry in the background and focus on what's in your depth of field. So it's actually kind of a cool cinematic filter. we're just cutting here to Radax. This is a custom settlement, I call it, and as you can see, it used to be a small village here, Radax, and I turned it into like a city with military. And not far from there is the Gleniska pit stop, and once again we got some more traders. They're displaying some cool gear. That's the female Mandalorian set. This guy's got a cool mix of Stalker and Halo. And that's the whole gimmick here, is you can mix and match any type of Mad Max character you want, whether it's medieval, cowboy, you know, you can make Fallout type characters, Halo, Stalker, Star Wars, you can mix it all up into one. And while we're here, I'm just going to show you these, the pubs. These pubs specifically have been changed into biker gangs, so you'll find guns and drug paraphernalia there. Different things like booze, seeds, marijuana seeds, and you know, that kind of stuff. All the drug, the propane and propane accessories, or something that rhymes with propane anyway. Anyway, these places, it's always good. Things are completely different, so it's always good to like check out and kind of see what's at different places, like schools, the Luna parks. They've all got different gear. So nothing's really vanilla anymore, and I've tried to make it so gear spawns in appropriate areas, not just like, no, you won't be finding like sci-fi helmets in the greenhouses. You know, like some servers are like that just because the files, the generic files the mods come with are kind of like that sometimes, but what I did was I took the time to consider where should these items spawn, and I changed things up just a little bit. So this is like a gimmick, it's called Stadt Toten, which means like, loosely it means like Land of the Dead or City of the Dead or something like that. And it's just like a Call of Duty map where you can run around and there's guns on the walls. Here's another gimmick place, and I'll just show you where it is on the map here. As you can see, when you press M, this is what your map will look like. So you can visit all these traders or event areas anytime. The Tosh Station and Hyrule are loot areas, and there's a few like custom expansion areas, like Tarnow's got an expanded city. But this is a sci-fi flying island here. It's called the Tosh Station, so it's like it's a space fuel station. You need a helicopter obviously to get up here, and the loot up here is unreal. There's some crashes, UFO crashes, some sci-fi items. I'm not going to show you every little secret, but I'm going to take you around the map and just show you what kind of like what to expect. Like, look at this. I'm not going to loot this because I've flown around and I'm just trying to have fun with it and play honest without spawning everything in for myself. So I'm going to try not to pick things up. I just want to run around and show you guys what it looks like. When I'm trying to play in the leaderboards, as you can see, I just wiped my kills, but I'm trying to compete with the guys on kills as well, so I'm not trying to cheat, otherwise it's not, I'll have to delete myself off the scoreboard if not, you know what I mean? So anyway, look at this. There's all kinds of little areas like this where you can explore, and whenever I put dangerous things like this, it's for a reason. Look at, so basically, like, this island is a gold mine, you know, pun intended there, as you see all the gold placed around. But that's a big stash. It's a risk, because you're risking, like I did. I was pretty mad when I wiped my kills. 41 hours down the shitter. And so now I gotta start climbing the leaderboard again. Oh well, though, at least it was on film that I didn't die legit. I am gonna take this bag though, because mine fell off due to a glitch. So if you like the server, like I said, search it, copy and paste the name, or you just search PVE space plus. And I mean spacebar, like PVE plus, just PVE plus. And there's no killing and no base rating. And if you need any help, hit me up. Or even if you want something like a custom base or a little package, donations start at like $5. And I don't try to be stingy. We can always negotiate what things you need or things you want to get set up. I can help people with. You can buy property and buildings. You can design your own compound, and we can kind of work together. The reason I charge for it is because it just goes into membership. Right as it is, I'm the main donor when it comes to paying memberships on the server, as well as I'm the one doing all the work, which is fine, but donations really help. We got a few last time, so I didn't pay for all of it. But those little donations, like, I just like to give things back is my point. So if you do a donation, it goes into the server, we get more slots, and then I can hook you up with whatever you need. It's not pay to play though. You can pretty much, I would recommend surviving yourself as long as you can. There is a few things you might need or want to spawn in, just because we got thousands of items, right? Sometimes getting that one thing you need can be hard. So getting a little package here or there really helps the server. So that's why I mention it. So look at this, we can get the mushrooms here. Some of them do different effects. Some of them give you a really big stamina boost. Some of them make you trip out. But mostly the drugs just give you like a saturation enhancement. Well, that's all it's good for. Otherwise, I wouldn't even muck with it. It's also worth money at the trader too. Let me show you here. See, it just changes the color. Otherwise, it's pretty much useless unless you're just selling it at the trader. But I don't condone doing it in real life. That's why I saved it for last. That's for the hardcores who made it all the way to the end. As you can see, it just makes the grass and the fat really pop. But anyway, I'll do another one next time. That's all for this video. I just wanted to share a couple things. If you like the server, come on down and check it out. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.